This is the braid that I'm going to be using for my knotless box braid. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I did my knotless box braids, the way I started the braid, the way I feed the braid in, and the way I extend the braids by adding more pieces. I hope you like this video. So I started off by parting my hair, and then I applied some jam in between of the part, and then I reparted it to make sure it was properly done. I'm not good at parting and I don't have any mirrors, so I'm just doing this free-handed without looking at a mirror or anything. And then I'm going to be splitting the hair in three, the section that I'm using. Apply some edge control around the section, comb it through, and then I'm going to split the hair in three, and I'm just going to plait it once and then twice. Then I'm going to add the first piece of hair between my first finger and my thumb, and then I'm going to plait once, twice again, and then I'm going to add a second piece of hair, and I'm going to repeat that like a third time as well. Right there, as you can see, I'm just making sure to feel between the parts to make sure that no extra hair from the other section is going into what I'm doing. Then I'm going to turn my hand over, if that makes sense, because it's easier for me to control. And then I'm going to start braiding down and adding the extra pieces. As you can see, I'm getting ready to add the extra piece in, so I'm going to place it between my first finger and my middle finger, and then the other piece is going to be hanging over closer to the thumb, and I just continue braiding. Doing it this way, you end up having an invisible braid. It doesn't show where you add in the pieces. I hope that makes sense. As you can see, I'm going to be repeating the same steps. Apply some jam or edge control around the braid, comb it through a little bit just to make sure it's properly smoothed in and it's coating every strand of hair. And then I'm going to start by splitting the braid in three, plait it once, twice, and then I'm going to add a first piece of hair, and I'm going to repeat it again. Braid once, braid twice, second piece of hair. Doing this and being consistent with where you add the braid is going to make the braid look unique. If you plait it once and then put a piece of braid on the left hand, plait it twice, put a piece of braid on the right, it's not going to look uniform, it's not going to look unique, and it's going to be bumpy, lumpy, whatever you might want to call it. So doing it this way, and always remember which side you're going to add the piece of hair, and between which fingers will keep your braid smooth and looking good. So each braid took about 6 minutes, and one braid took 6 minutes, and I have 60 braids in my hair. I took 6 hours to complete this style. Then I had to trim, I had to hot water the ends, and I had to also apply mousse and edge wrap and dry them as well. So it took me 6 hours and about 10 or so minutes extra, 10-20 minutes, I can't remember, extra. I started about 6 p.m. and I finished about midnight that night. Finished completing the braiding style, and then I went ahead to do the finishing touches, and I'm just putting these braids in as a protective style. So my goal with keeping these braids in is about 3 months, maybe longer. I'm not sure yet. I'm not doing it for style, so I won't be refreshing halfway through it. I'm just going to do the full 3 months, or even if I do 3 months and 2 weeks without refreshing these braids. The most I will do is wash them to keep my scalp clean and oil the scalp like every day or every other day. So the reason I'm gonna be doing these braids is to prevent excess breakage that I'm experiencing from anemia. So I'm just gonna start back incorporating protective styles into my routine, and I'm not gonna do short-term protective styles. I'm gonna be long-term protective styles, like from 3 to 4 months or 3 to 5 months or whatever, however long I can keep them in. Now, I am going to be doing a no heat challenge this year, hence the reason I started the year off by doing braids. I'm not going to be using any direct heat for the full year of 2022. That's part of my hair goals. I'm going to drop that video sometime this week as well. What's my hair goals and what I'm going to be doing to achieve the hair goal that I set for myself. Now, no direct form of heat is going to be in my hair, whether it's relaxer day or not, because normally on relaxer days I flat iron and blow dry. I'm not going to be doing that either. So I'm just going to do a no direct heat challenge, no flat irons, no blow dryers, no curling irons. But the only thing form of heat I'm going to be using throughout the year of 2022 will be my hooded dryer to do my deep conditioning process. So I hope that you guys like this video, and I hope you can share any views or whatever with me. I'm not sure if the position of the camera was properly um, there for you to see everything, but I'm trying my best to see how much you can see when I'm doing it. I'm going to show you some finishing photos as well at the end of the video, how they turned out. This was actually butt length box braids, so hence the reason I'm adding so much pieces into it. Each braid took about 8 pieces because the braid is 25 inches long, and you know that is not long. So it took me about 8 pieces per braid, and some braids took about 9 pieces, those up at the top of my head. As you can see, I'm just showing you this full braid from start to finish, just so that you can see how long it took me to do one braid. As I said before, each braid took about 6 minutes, so I'm just sharing it with you so that you can see. This is the end result, and I'm just showing you how long the braids are, and they're reaching right down to my butt. I hope you like this video.